Hi, this is Reliable RN, and we're going to talk just a little bit about the glycemic index. I just wanted to go over it. It's a quick little video, and I'm going to go straight to a share screen. Okay, so we're talking about the glycemic index, and this is about retraining your brain not to crave sugar, or to be able to help your pancreas to utilize the insulin it still makes. So yes, we can totally retrain our brain. In general, what we're looking for is trying to get more natural sugar, whole foods, nutrient dense, high water content fruits. And we want to minimize refined sugar. That's processed food, juices, cookies, crackers, you know, basically candy that also. Um, you're more likely to stick with a new behavior if you're making smart choices and small, reasonable behavioral changes over time. So the glycemic index, GI, it's used to measure how much a specific food spikes your blood sugar level. Like, does it cause a high increase or does it kind of just increase it over time? So foods are classified as either low, medium, or high, and low is going to be 55 or less, medium 56 to 69, and high is 70 or above. So this graph, I just want you to see what high GI foods do to your blood glucose level. Look at that red line. It spikes it very high in less than a half hour. And by an hour, you're already feeling the effects of the lack of sugar. Whereas if you follow the green line, the low GI, it spikes again more like a half hour to 45 minutes, but it kind of stays elevated for almost 2 hours. So it's not a high spike and a high drop. It's a little more level. A great way to just try to not get the sugar high, to try not to spike your blood sugar, is to choose more low GI foods and less high GI foods. I mean, certainly the medium ones. If you notice, sweet potato is in the moderate GI level, but a baked potato is a high GI. Um, Things like an orange is green. It's in a low GI because it's the actual orange with some fiber in it, but orange juice jumps to a moderate GI. French fries, sodas, watermelon, unfortunately, is also a high GI because it's got such a high sugar content. This is just a great piece where you could kind of, if you're looking to move from a high glycemic index food to a lower one, you can look at your grains. Let's say you really like a baguette for your sandwich. Well, maybe you could move to pumpernickel bread or a wheat tortilla. Right? Notice you're basically trading out a very high glycemic index food for a low. Cereals, it gives you a good idea of what cereals are not great. Fruits, again, really only watermelon is one of those that hits the high glycemic index. Most of them are good. But if you look over at snacks, the difference between having a rice cake and peanuts. Now, rice cakes don't have any added sugar. So in general, they're low fat. People who are dieting like rice cakes. One way you can try to mediate that high glycemic index is to put a little peanut butter on your rice cake. Peanut butter actually acts as a longer acting food, and so it can bring down the glycemic index of the rice cake just a little bit. And we did this in our class, which is the following has the most sugar. Hopefully you would know that looking at this, that it's going to be a can of Diet Coke. But just as a reminder, almost everything on this list exceeds your daily expected or recommended amount of sugar. So these are very high sugar choices. And if you're hoping to retrain your brain, some of it is going to have to be making lower sugar choices, at least in the short term. If you have any questions about the glycemic index, or you want to be in touch with Reliable RN, feel free to reach out. It's kath@reliablern.com or 978-394-1231. Thanks so much.